Welcome back to the channel, guys. As the title states, today we are taking apart this 460 engine that I picked up. I'm planning on putting it in the mid-90s, early 90s F-150 truck. The story is that the guy bought it and he wanted to put it in his dirt dash car or demo derby car. He said it was too much work, so he didn't want to do it, and too expensive, which I can see why. 350s are a lot cheaper, easier to build. But anyways, he said that the guy he bought it from pulled it out of an 80s F-250 and it was smoking. That's about all I know. It was smoking, pulled out of an 80s F-250. It has the Dove C heads on it, which are a little better than the D3 heads. I really just want the heads mostly. But we will start taking it apart. I do want the valve covers too. They're pretty nice. I like these chrome Edelbrocks. I'm curious to see what camshaft it has in it and whether or not it's actually a 460. The block is a D. It looks like a D9TE-AB. Really hard to tell, but someone at one point did do something to this. I mean, they just completely painted everything blue. Manifold and everything. So also, this is an Edelbrock 650 carburetor. There's the model number. It's a 1806S and then a 5022 number. I'll get you guys set up and we will take it apart. Also, I don't know what is causing it to burn oil. As I mentioned, he states that it did burn oil, and that is probably the biggest reason why they pulled it out. If you look down in the exhaust ports, you can see on this side everything's oily, really dark. On this side there is like a bunch of dirt down in there, and all these valves, yeah, you can kind of see it, that one. So I mean, it hasn't been turned over. Okay, I went ahead and pulled off the crank pulley with the harmonic balancer puller. Another way I can tell that this is a late model 460 is because of the counterweight on the front here. So it's externally balanced. The casting number on the block's really hard to read, so I wasn't 100% sure, but as soon as I saw this, it's a dead giveaway. So this is exactly how I got this engine. Didn't come with any valve cover bolts on this side, so I'll show you guys under this valve cover. And as you can see, it's been sitting. I don't know if these are the factory valves or not, but there's the date on the head. But we'll keep taking it apart, and I'll show you what I find as we go. I just pulled off the water pump cover, and or water pump in general, and the hardware, if I can find it, it's all ARP hardware. Oh, I put it up here. So they say ARP on them. So that's interesting. Somebody cared a little bit if they put ARP water pump stuff in it. And then I also just noticed that all these manifold bolts are ARP. The valve cover bolts are ARP. So fingers crossed there's something good in here. So it does have a double roller timing chain, which doesn't mean much. Okay, it looks like, I'm guessing these are Felpro gaskets. We do have a blowout right here. But my bet is that it blew out right here and it was burning coolant based off of how bad that is. Okay, I'll pull all the rockers off and we'll keep going. Okay, I noticed that a couple of the head bolts seemed like there was water all over the threads. A couple of them were hard to get out. I did have one lifter that was a little sticky in the front on the driver's side here. But we can pull the heads off and see how they look. Velcro head gaskets and some pretty deep dish pistons. Show you these heads. I see Ford marked on the valves. This one, the cylinder has some corrosion and stuff in it. Before I go any farther, I'm going to show you guys what I found. So this is not good. A lot of rust. Something's definitely wrong here. With all the rust and corrosion or whatever on the piston there. That one looks good. This one looks like she got a little bit hot, maybe melted right down at the bottom. This one we busted a ring land. So lots of interesting stuff. The only normal cylinder we have so far is this one. Velcro head gaskets, of course. And everything on this side looks pretty normal. Show you guys. Just really dark. I think it was eating oil. Now I'll show you guys this side. It would be interesting to see what the deck height is. So we'll pull this cam out, take some measurements. Pretty easy to take this off, just one bolt, everything slides off. I'll pull that off and then slide the cam out. And so this timing set is aftermarket, at least the sprocket is. I'll show you it in a second, but it's set at 0. Should come off the cam now. And then here's the timing sprocket, chain sprocket for the bottom one. So from the factory, these only have one spot where there's a keyway, and this one has 9. It says made in USA. Pretty sure this cam's gonna be junk, so I'm not too worried about pulling it out and smashing it up. There's all the rust on our lobes. Kind of a shame. I don't see any markings on that side or this side. So I'll do some measurements and let you guys know. So I measured the cam and I got 245 and 275, which means it's completely stock. According to the numbers I've seen, they're very close. Ignore this number, but this is the number, just this as a circle, and then on the max lift for the lobe. So just kind of rough numbers to get an idea whether or not it was a stock cam, and it looks like it. So that is garbage. Back to the block here. I'm going to pull the oil pan, engine mounts, and the oil filter, and I'll start pulling the rods and pistons out. So there's lots of soupy goodness here in the oil pan and the oil pickup tube. I was thinking it was aftermarket. It's hard to tell. It's got some metal scrapes right there. It's kind of weird. It's all smashed in here. But it's like thick, soupy nastiness. See, it's really thin. Wow, that is nasty. Let's see what we got here. Some sort of clip or something. Let me know what you guys think that is, because I have no idea. Oh, I felt something here. Here we go. Rubber cap. I've got it pretty much all the way taken apart. The only thing really left in it is some bolts and the freeze plugs, cam bearings. But basically we're bare block here now. So I'll show you guys what we ended up with. I think all the bores are okay. I don't see any cracks or anything. Just rusty, so I definitely need a hone. But this is the bank that had good pistons in it. This is the cylinder with the busted piston. As long as there's no cracks in the block or anything like that anywhere, I think this is a good block. A couple of the pistons had busted rings, especially this one right there. This one I think had busted rings. Yeah, both of them busted. On the ground right here. Otherwise, everything else looks fine. Another thing is, I noticed that when they installed this fuel pump, they used this goofy Phillips bolt, and that was kind of unique because that bolt is hard to get to. And so if they could just stick a Phillips in there and pull it out, that's kind of neat. If you guys like this video, want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think happened to this engine. I'm guessing it was in a mud truck or maybe an old pulling truck, or maybe it was just a street truck. Catch you guys on the next one.